G'day. Welcome to another Nexus Gaming Series cast. I'm your host, V-Line Bus, and today we have a debate cast between Pepegas on Ice and ProBUs. Also, hi Ty. As a reminder, is a 30-second delay on this, just so there is no stream sniping between the two teams, just to keep it kind of fair and even, kind of nullify any chance of cheating that may or may not occur. But I have enough faith in these teams where I don't think they'd want to cheat, but just removing the temptation is a good enough idea in the first place. So this should be a good map. This is very important actually for the side of Pepegas on Ice. They do need this win, and they would prefer it for be a domination to really claw their way into contention to win, or to at least get into the playoffs. And in terms of ProBUs, they're currently 4th in the table so far, so they're comfortably in there. But they're still going to try their best to get everything kind of going, make sure you're in a close enough range where you're going to be doing alright. Just more favourable matches the higher you are up on the table. So ProBUs have been on a little bit of a loss streak as of late, so they're wanting to come back on that one. So it should be interesting to see. I'm going to say caster is ready, just so people are aware that I indeed am ready. Because we can see here that coin toss was... Well, Pepegas on Ice had coin toss and they did choose heads. It was indeed heads. That leads us to ProBUs going for having to be map pick first. So we see in terms of bans, it was Sky Temple, Tomb of the Spider Queen, Braxis Holdout, then Dragonshire banned, and then ProBUs picked up the Volskaya Industry. Well, Foundry, I guess it's called in this game. Volskaya Industry. Wait, no, is it? What? No, Foundry is the ARAM map. Industry is the actual map, right? No, Foundry is the actual map. But I'm looking forward to this one. I do know a few people in both these teams. They're both pretty good people in general. So it should be interesting to see where this goes. Damn, after casting with a co-caster yesterday, this definitely feels weird doing it without one. Very strange how that works out, considering I usually cast without people. So now that coming into the not having anyone else, it definitely feels weird filling the void when there's no one else and you're kind of just waiting around seeing what will happen. But it may be a little bit less stepping on toes, but that will inherently happen no matter who I bring in, whether it be someone such as Crush, or is it someone new to it all? But let me get into the map as we are getting into the ban phase. Map match, probably a little bit of difference between the two, but we do see it as first pick from Pepegas on Ice, so they do get to ban first. What will we see here? A few common examples. Probably get rid of Junkrat. Junkrat's always a good one to get rid of, isn't it? We want this and this. And we can see it is Anubarak getting banned out first. I guess I should really open up what the team's playing so I can see what's happening there. Yeah, Anubarak makes sense now. Joanna banned out. Just in general, you have to ban that nowadays. And it does look like they do like playing Joanna. Well, Pepegas and Ice likes playing Joanna when they get the chance. Hi, Irby. Hope you're doing well as well today. Do we see a Chromie ban? Anduin ban, maybe? Maev? Maev it is. And what will we see here? Junkrat, maybe? Junkrat's always a good one to ban. I think Jakey likes Junkrat, so it works out, and it's just a good hero in general. Even on this map, you can get a decent amount of value out of that trap build, but no, it's going to be the Lucio banned out. They're just not wanting to deal with that speed demon Lucio. The man on roller skates, playing music, bumping some jams, going to be fine, but we see it is going to be Bone Daddy himself, Leoric, picked up first, which, interesting showing your Bruiser first early on, but Entomb is such a good ability, especially into the late game, where you can just kind of show Leoric and it doesn't really reveal too much. He is just a good general off-laner. But if they run into something a little bit less standard, such as a Phoenix in the off-lane or Zagara, he definitely starts to struggle a bit more. We can see Tychus and Anduin being picked up by US Maps and Ektar respectively. So, very standard picks. Tychus kind of disincentivizes heavy frontline comps. but I guess you do want to pick it early just so you can get it through the ban phase, the next ban phase, which if you leave it up, there is a high chance it does just get banned depending on your ideal comp. What we're going to see here. Damage heal. Damage tank. So we do see Junkrat picked up an ETC by Tom Jen. Okay. I do like these picks so far. ETC I do think is a fun one. Junkrat, I've already talked about how annoying he is, and it's very smart picking up now before this next ban comes through. So now we're going to have to go a little bit deeper into the pool of bans. It would be ProBUs going, what do we do next? Like, we don't usually see these ones, so maybe we see a Vala banned out. Stukov instead. You know what? Fair enough, that's an annoying one. It doesn't look like Pepegas and Ice have used Stukov much, however, so very interesting behind that. What will we get here, though? Chromie ban. Do it. They need both their damage dealers. Rhaegar? No, you're a healer. Darker? Alarak. Interesting. Have they just played it? Oh my god, they have played a bunch of Alarak, huh? We're just getting rid of the melee assassins, jeez. Now just pull out Zagara, bring in another melee assassin. Make sure you have melee assassins on deck at all times. You do not want to run out of those. They are definitely the most important role in the game. Trust me, bro. I do think melee assassins are incredibly fun. I played Kerrigan the other day, and I just forgot... Look, it's Chromie. Chromie and Hogger, to be exact. But I legitimately forgot just how fun melee assassins are. It is so fun to play Kerrigan. So fun to play Maeve. It's so fun to play Samurai. And you just don't play them often because you go melee hero. It's a rubbish role. But there's some good heroes in there. They have some there's some situations you definitely don't want to pick them. But there's definitely some situations where you're like, you know what, now's my time. I am going to do it. And we see Kalfis and Rhaegar picked up. So I imagine we'll see Junkrat and Cal swap here. Sylphrenia and Bishop must swap their heroes. Just because I believe Sylphrenia usually plays Kalfis. And they do very well in that Kalfis as well. 8-bit last pick. We are expecting a tank. Can't guarantee it, but we expect a tank. Not a Nubrak. Maybe Muradin. Maybe May. Blaze instead. Main tank Blaze. Not often we see that very much in the offlane, more often than not. Also, Sylphrenia Bishop must have already swapped before like we even got to the 5-second mark on that countdown. So that is going to be it for that draft. Both of these have some higher potential. It very much depends how well Blaze hits their stuns, because Blaze into ETC can be what I like to call a miserable experience. If you're the Blaze, ETC gets prior on stuns, Blaze can get knocked back out of his stun from a W. We'll see that on the other side of this opening screen. That wasn't too badly timed, so getting into it, we do see Raptor is on the Leoric, Tom, Jen, ETC, Jackie Az on the Rhaegar, Sylphrenia, Kalfis, and Bishop Mist on the Junkrat. Meanwhile, on the other side, we do have Ace. Okay, there was some switching going around about. We see Ace is on the Tychus, Ektar, Anduin, 8-bit on that Blaze, US Maps on the Hogger, and John Bunyan rounding things out on the Chromie. Ektar, stop being in chat. You've got a game to bloody do. Go Probe says Kizzy. Also, welcome Kizzy. It's the first time I see you, and I guess welcome Ektar as well. Right. Tom Jen considers stepping up, but no, we just see the Hourglass break instead. Concussion mines coming out. Oh, not concussion mines, but the grenade launcher being used by Bishop Mist. Ace all the while around that corner still. Had activated minigun. We see Tom Jen actually relatively take a decent amount. Same with Raptor. Nice grenade found there by Ace. And Tom Jen just eating sand all the while. Let's just have a quick look. Interesting, we do see Consume Vitality on the Leoric. Not often you do see that level one, more often than not, you do see Ossian Renewal. So very interesting that is going to be able to play, but I guess it can help in team fights as well. And that we do see the stack, and we do see Chromie is going Q build once again for the first time at level 1. We do see New Habits Blaze, so definitely leaning into the Tank Blaze option. And on the other side, we do see Prog Rock ETC and Mana Addict Kalefish slowly stacking those globes to get their mana shield up. Oh, so Frenia get nice slide by Tom Jin. 8-bit gets stunned. We do see it is going to be a flame strike under them, as that's what I mean. Your interrupt is your Q, well, your charge is Blaze, is so easy to interrupt that just one little W from ETC can mean you don't get to use it. It's going to be a very annoying game for that main tank Blaze. Also, we'll know, well, we are already at level 2. Chromie has her time troubles, actually. Interesting to see that one. So the minus armor on the Hourglass Go Probes says, "Yet, bossa, welcome Randy, hope you're doing well." Always feels weird reading that. We have some very standard level 4s so far from the teams. We do have Junkrat Trap build. We do see it is going to be Piercing Light Anduin. 8-bit, it's not the easiest place to charge into for them. They do eat a trap. We do see Tom, oh, they eat a stun. Tom Jin does get the healing beacon. They slide on out. And they get out of it pretty scot-free. Ace tries to get very aggressive into Bishop Mist, but no, they do not get much further. Grenade hitting Tom Jin in the face, and it is Grenade build Tychus, so it's going to do a decent amount. Also, we do see it is in the rhythm on Tychus, so they will be getting those dings whenever they use their miniguns, so just ding, 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 ding. Albeit we don't get to hear the sound. Chromie now has her level 5, by the way. And the thing to know about Chromie, for those new in the chat, hi Ty, Chromie has a trait where she receives all her talents 2 levels earlier than every other hero. So instead of 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 20, it would be 1, 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 18. Grenade just going directly in the middle. Jackie Az taking a little bit of damage here from Chromie's Dragon's Breath. But we'll be fine ultimately. So Frenia is in a tussle with Blaze. Blaze doing a decent amount to her. But just like that, one good E, one good Flame Strike, one good W, and 8-bit is on less percent health than Sylphrenia, despite, of course, being a tank and having just more overall health. US map spins to eat the trap. Don't know if that's quite the correct idea. Tom Jin dodges the Hourglass. Ace is going to start hitting them, getting those stacks on in the rhythm, so getting more and more minigun time just unlocked. Hourglass being dropped again by Chromie. Bishop Mist finds it with their face. Chromie doesn't quite hit the shot, though they're a little bit out of range for it. I need to move this closer, don't I? There we go. There we go. There, microphone. There we go. Excellent. But we do see now is going to be Pepegas and Ice getting the objective themselves. So we just see this constant trade of objectives as the team's now backing up to get their respected turret camps. John, pick it up. There we go, John. Well done. Got there in the end, Valor. Alright, 8-bit and Tom Jin ready to step on up to each other. We see a lot of items coming out. Well, Kalefish has stopped, so they are actually taking this fight down a few numbers. And we can see that Pepegas and Ice do realize this and back out. They don't quite want to deal with things at the moment. We'll quickly bring up talents just to show everyone what there is, and I'll talk about it a bit. And we do know that Chromie is going to be Time Loop, Temporal Loop. Right, we're getting to the point now where the objective will start to be fought for. Both teams realize the clock is counting down. I have to say it is kind of alright for ProBUs to give this, because it does allow Tychus to stack their minigun a bit more. Good little bit of damage onto Tom Jin. US Maps is now in. Hogger is going to take it. We do now see that there is a rewind coming out. There's a lot of damage, and Sylphrenia is the one getting low. There's a turret there shooting her. 8-bit is the one in trouble, and they will be going down. Junkrat finds the kill on them. Now we do see it is going into overtime. Raptor does get knocked back. Starts the drain onto US Maps. Unstops. Does back out. Doesn't get hit by those sands. All while Tom Jin beating on the turret, and that will be the first objective. That first protector going over to the side of Pepegas on Ice, and then they get Hourglass immediately. And so Freenet is going to be one getting in. Oh, Tigers get shot. Was that on purpose by Ace? Hard to tell. Also note they do have minigun active. Look, there it is now. Tychus is wanting those stacks. Does get hit with a decent amount of damage for it. And we see that this is a slow protector phase so far. And Unfortunate that the W was a little bit misplaced. We see it's backing out now. Tychus just activated the minigun. Unfortunate timing by them because it was right as a Protector started to back out. We do see a little bit of spinning action there by the Protector, trying to decide on where they want to go. But looks like they are just going to hold in mid for now, lurk a little. Raptor pushing onto the gate bottom. We can see that top gate's also taking a decent amount, but from Bishop Miss and Jakey. But this Protector's getting very low, 1% left. Sand falling a bit short. John Bunny didn't quite have a damage here. Sylphrenia does get found by 8-bit. Nice purge by Jakey AZ. Does allow Sylphrenia to get out there pretty scot-free. But no, that is going to be 8-bit needing to get pulled by Ektar. Which... give me more. If you're more than wanting, I could get you to jump in for the second map if you want. Oh, rewind onto Jakey. He's going to end up back where it is. Drops the Ancestral, rooted, stunned. ETC tries to peel, but that is a very dead dog. Yes. Well, I guess technically it's a wolf. Yeah, I guess technically they become wolves, not dogs. It's just a big dog, really. Ace dodges a concussion. Mine does get knocked back to Tom Jen. The charge falling just short of Sylphrenia. However, US map spins straight through them, and that will be their death. And let's have a look at those 10s now that we're here, because we have Mosh ETC, Ancestral Healing on the Rhaegar. That is Entomb Leoric, Phoenix Kalthus, and it is going to be Riptire on the Junkrat. On the other side of things, we do see that it is... you don't have to see anything up, no. There is going to be the Commandeer Odin on the Tychus, Light Bomb Anduin, Cooldown Bunker Blaze. Also Raptor does back out now, just to note. But as we said, Chromie had Rewind and Temporal Loop, but they already have their timeout, so their 5-second invul. And the other thing to note is we do have Hogger going Hortipult, which, funnily enough, I've seen Hortipult less and less these days. Very much I've been seeing, what's it called? Shockwave more often. Shockwave has been getting a decent amount of value, especially because I only realized recently that the level 20 for Shockwave also gets cooldown reduction with the more rage that Hogger has. So that was an interesting note. Also, I'm going to close this. So see, 8-bit was found slightly out of position, but they do back out to safety. Once again, we're getting a lot of siege top for Pepegas on Ice. This whole front area is open compared to the full gate, essentially, on their side of the top lane. And it's just... ProBUs, while they're doing well in these team fights, they're getting they've gotten a couple of picks every now and again. They're taking a lot of macro pressure that I don't think they were expecting to. Tom Chen gets found. Vera's going to be those checks of safety where the 2 Junkrat traps are going to keep things alive. And we do see now Ace just hidden minions, Ektar hidden minions, 8-bit going to go hit a minion. Heck those minions. But we do see Leoric is double soaking. US maps is going to get slowed down, I imagine. There's the drain from Raptor. Nice stun by US maps. We do see it hit onto them. And all while that minion wave getting a decent amount of value bottom now. You can see that, well, Hogger is doing their best to even up the spawn lane. They're actually in a pretty even spot now. A little bit of advantage over the Raptor, as they do have a bit more tower damage on maps. And Raptor once again just counter-rotating away from each other. But I don't think he's going to allow that to push as much as the last one. There he goes, riding on in. There goes my hero. Swiping as he goes. Oh, turret is being picked up because the Blaze is on the objective top. Right. What will we see here is then the question. Tom Jen getting that cooldown reduction back on Mosh, which I don't actually recall seeing Mosh, but I may have missed it earlier when there was everything happening top. I was just talking about the bottom lane for a while, because I do love talking about the off lane. It is known that I'm an off lane player, so I will talk about it, and you cannot stop me. And we're now seeing the potential invade. Well, the thought of an invade. They do back up, they decide not to do it, which actually, you know, for at least one hero less down here, because you have Raptor bottom. Speaking of which, Raptor may not be long for this world, goes down. And that is a good kill by the side of ProBUs. Right, but no, we do see the push coming out now. 8-bit is going to get a nice charge onto ETC. ETC taking a decent amount of damage from that because it is going to be the charge element picked up by 8-bit, I believe. Yes, it is. And we see Chromie is very much leaning into the sand build as it is fast forward at level I'm going to call it her level 16. It's easier. Also, that's a lot of damage going into Tom Gen. There's an hourglass of that bush, and Tom Gen is dead. Not even a tank can survive all that, especially the minus armor is punishing for them. Also, this turret was forgotten. Good work, players. Yep, nice. Good job. Oh, Ace does actually dash out to his kick. Look! It's been an, oh look, Li Ming does a combo again. Boo. Or if it's more, Li Ming has fed again. We do see US Maps is going to be clearing up that wave. Objective is in their favor, so they will have that coming through. And we do see, actually, Chromie has nearly finished their... Once again, first time. Just need one more stack there, so they're probably not going to open. Hector has his sword out. Test of Adar, that's inappropriate. Sir and or ma'am, don't know how I feel about that one. But yep, we do now see that Ektar's being chased out slowly. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about this. We just have, it's just Hogger in this top objective, mind you. It's very interesting to see that because we are just getting a 4-man push bottom instead. But this is often a very good idea about just splitting people, making sure they are having to deal with two things at once. Because it's a bit hard for Leoric to deal with just the objective by themselves. But at the same time, this 4-man is trying their best to slow down ProBUs' push bottom. And Chromie has completed once again first time down. Now, as a side note, and let's see, fast forward Chromie. Yep, Chromie will have her 20 through 18 through soon. I imagine the storm talent for them is going to be Piercing Sands. It does very well in waves. These team fights. I know what you mean, Destivadar. I'm just making a joke. I know about the Anduin bug. I do know about the Anduin bug where you can W through a gate before the game starts, and Anduin will keep his sword out. Right, we do see this wave being cleared. Yep, so we are just going to get general rotations coming about Leoric. Okay, but we keep seeing this. Rewind now, yep. Okay. This bush, dangerous. Do not stand at this bush anymore, team. Oh, and that's just now going to be... My god, they have a lot of items. Heavy push coming out top. We do see 8-bit Ektar, both with those heal camps. Ace has a turret camp. And at this point, the building's already dead. Raptor can just look from the side and go, oh. But meanwhile, bottom, they are getting a push there. And this actually is a good time to take bottom structure. Taking bottom structure now before the objective phase comes up gives you a very good advantage of you having a tap, the other team not. Oh, a little bit short on the side from Blaze, and actually very early bunker, because I imagine the actual objective is going to be called soon enough. Give me more. They never said whose back it is on. You could carry a sword in your hand if it's on someone else's back. Also, I need to remember to make my mouse smaller after this game. But if I just hold down middle click, it doesn't matter, right? Right? But no, we do see now... Oh, they've actually checked that front bush this time. There was no hourglass there, so they're learning slowly. We can see Tom Gen realizing on a bush does go into it now. There is concussion mine. There's a lot of amount. More, do not give me the eyes now. You can join in after this game. You can... But we do see now it is going to be 20 advantage for the side of ProBUs. So I imagine it's not going to be Pepegas nice stepping in. No, they're just going to back out safety. Hogger doing his little infinite, making sure no one else can step in for him. And that is good enough. And in terms of our storm talents, we do see... Oh, Sophrenia in trouble. Jesus stunned now. Actually, they're fine. Ish. Nope, never mind. Tiger's found grenade. I was like, they're fine. Cursed it immediately. Instant caster cursed. Absolutely bad idea to call that one out loud. Because that was a very quick death onto the Gale Fist. Well, no, not a very quick death. It's just a very good finish onto the Gale Fist grenades. That extra grenade range and a little bit extra damage at level 1 is actually such a big difference in terms of finishing people off. So give me a moment. And that is a very good objective found. Well, not objective found, but camp found. Now we do see they are going to be doing that camp. Knocked back by Junkrat, but once again, they've only just found the 20s. So, yeah. Not really the time to step in, and Leoric is still tending to the lanes. We may just see a counter push coming up, but no, likely we're just going to see the objective get... No, actually, we are looking at something else. TomJin getting very aggressive in their rotation. Leoric just pushing in. It looks like they're just going to give the object... It looks like they're just going to be giving the objective bottom. No, I'm the ProBUs. Give me more. I'm the ProBUs. They're ProBUs. I'm ProBUs. Oh, that sounds so bad to me. Oh, no. But we do see objective has been given, and I thought we'd have a harder push, in all honesty. I think you could probably take down US maps and a building at the same time, because we see one building down. Honestly, you could have gone this second building as well, but no, now they just need to back up, defend, and deal with things. Right. But that is going to be first structure down. Second structure does go down. Tower's going down. Oh. I don't know if that light bomb was necessary. Just because it didn't look like TomJin had a decent amount to deal with. Nice silence and tomb there. US map's taking a lot. 8-bit did bunker next to them. Oh, TomJin very low. Just continue back out. Nice stun by Sulfrenia. Stopping 8-bit basically point blank. But it's going to be Raptor going down. They're just stuck in the middle of things. And Protector continues its march onto the building. And we do see Blaze is now in there. Blaze not known for it. Well, Blaze actually does have pretty good siege, in all honesty, but they are going to be trying to their best to take it down. There it goes. Junkrat uses Riptire. Gets 2. And that looks to be extra oomph on the Junkrat. Yes, it is. I probably said it out loud before. Okay, that does not hide you. Oh, Ace very high compared to the rest of the team, actually, but there is no Leoric up yet. He's trying his best to come back. He is draining slowly but surely, but isn't quite able to get there so far. Now we do see it is going to be a rotation in general, just back up. Sorry, I just need to close something and open something else. And it is just going to be the support camp once again. So Frenia, Farmer Flame Strike. They actually chose double Flame Strike, not something you see often, but they've been hitting them pretty well today, so may as well get that double burst. Jakey stands the objective is TomJin for one to pick it up, however. As well, Jakey does already have a turret, which they could have dropped if need be, but no need in that instance. ProBUs finding their camp, just gonna do that. We see Jakey, oh, Bishop missed, sorry, just above this. Jakey's a healer, not Bishop missed. Right, they're pulling the object, nope, there we go. Ooh, this is starting to look like a dangerous, because we can see what is happening over here. Okay, no, they caught that pretty easily. There's Sulfrenia clearing the way for that DQ. Just a general good part. Just Flame Strike. Doing its thing. Flamethrower, giving extra range. And we're seeing Commandeer Odin being dropped. I guess they really want the building. TomJin heals up. Tap now before it's too late. We can see that is a very safe positioning from Ace. 8-bit isn't a very good line to help them. XR does have Light Bomb up, so even if TomJin hits the charge, the slide mosh combo, Ektar can't interrupt it. Oh, speaking about slide, barely catches out Ace. Ace is going to take a decent amount of damage from that as well, and that building is eventually going to go down. Ace wanting to step back in. 16 health. 16 health in that structure. I'm going to go onto this menu because it will die soon. Literally one Tiger's Grenade. One W from Ektar. From Anduin, I should say. One Q. Not even both streams of Q. Oh, there's a grenade. Yep. I'm surprised that building was holding off that long. It was a good posturing by Pepegas and Ice, but ProBUs just had such a good amount of damage where it was or a good amount of range where it was hard for even ETC to step in, which, speaking of which, we're going to see them going and taking top as we speak. They saw everyone rotate bottom, you go, cool, now's the time just to take top, even things out. And that makes it a little bit easier for them. They do still have this constant pressure happening bottom, but they will find a way to deal with it, I believe. Yeah, time to do camps. 3 turrets is a lot of turrets. Bolt of the Storm. TomJin realizes this is a little bit of a boo-boo. Nice cleanse by Jakey. They do not get rewound. That unstop happening right as the rewind occurred. And they're going to be fine. Nope. Ace gets hit by a flame strike. Ektar does not. 22-23. And actually, this is the best kind of fight scenario you can get. Oh, still Frenia is in trouble. Nice and Tomb, I should say, but Mosh did not quite get found by ETC. In fact, it wasn't even able to get pushed with that stun. A lot of damage going into Raptor. And they do get hit with grenade for the efforts. 8-bit goes for the charge. Doesn't quite find them. But now we can see, once again, we're a hero down for the side of Pepegas on ice. They do have a means to win these fights. It's just it's been very awkward engages every single time this has happened. We see Tomjin gets rewound. Jakey no cleanse this time. Needed to really... Oh, there was an Ancestral available. Nice double hit with a Riptire. But another death. This could potentially be the end of the game. ETC may just be up by the time that objective does roll around onto the core. But that objective is not like Overwatch. It is fast. It is faster than 100 seconds. It in fact is... Oh, I think it's like 2% every second. 3% every second. It's not a long objective at all. But I guess you really can't have... What is it technically? A minute 40... of like almost 2 minutes of objective if it's like Overwatch terms of channel. Just for one hero to 0 to 100, one team to 0 to 100, not including anything else, but it does safely go over to the team. See, ETC is another 15 seconds off, so if we up to defend core at least, if that's going to be the choice of ProBUs. But by no means it may be the case. By no means I think they're going to be pushing there immediately. They maybe should have, is what I'm thinking. Oh, Raptor doesn't get by the sand there. They don't get by the Q. Take the hand. Oh, this Protector is absolutely hitting walls currently. Took the hand though, so they do have that little bit extra power to go with it. But Protector is taking a decent amount already. US Maps doing the best behind. A little bit drinking behind the wheel. Ace isn't quite sure where to go there. Does a little bit of spinneroonie. Riptire going through Protector. May just burst on the Ejector, yep, and that's just only one hit, so only 25 seconds off it. Oh, 8-bit does jump out. Entomb only finding one there, only finding 8-bit. Unfortunately, Ace can just walk straight through it, Protector. Tom's in an awkward little corridor, but unfortunately John Bunyan didn't quite have the timing down to hit him with anything. Tom G manages to go around the Blaze Charge. A lot of grouping now around each other. They're moshing with Ektar. Do not stand next to the ETC. And that ETC doesn't quite get it. Bolt of the Storm was a nice touch to try to get on top of people, but didn't quite hit the mark. Did I actually update my stream title? Good. Clearing the camp. Nice. Nice stuff. I see the rotation coming up. Camp being started. Nice. Oh, this camp was taking bottom. Now we see this one top. Nice, just trading 1 for 1. Imagine, I think, no, that siege camp. I don't even know what I was trying to say there. That siege camp is still a little bit off. US Maps is going to get found by that last concussion. Oh, they have run to a second one. Bishop Miss does throw a trap out just to slow down that one avenue. They are infinite grenades, so they are going to be able to just keep pumping those out if they do keep hitting people. Like that. Oh, didn't quite get hit by that one. Bishop Miss just doing the best to clear it. There we go. Just keeping one of the chamber, just ready to yeet at someone. But no, they don't quite do that. They just use it to clear still. Meanwhile, bottom we can see Leoric getting rewound all the way back. Entomb did not seem like a good use of that. They do go down. 5th Protector and Dive. It will actually go to the 5th Protector at this rate. Also, welcome, Valkenberg. Hope you're doing well today. I will be honest to you, Valk. I have been trying Arthas more and more. It's just not for me. I already don't like tank that much, but Arthas really just not for me. And we do see these grenades coming up slowly but surely, but Bishop Miss just absolutely trying to pester the enemy team. is going to get a little bit of cooldown reduction each time. But we do see they are going to still be going. And here comes the 5th objective now. This has absolutely been a long map. Thank God I have like a bunch of water nearby me. Clearing coming out. Good use by John Bunyan. Safe rotations by the side of Pepegas on ice. But we're basically at a point now where solidly one team fight is going to be the end of everything anyway. So if you are Pepegas on ice, you still have a chance. Oh, it's happened again. Nice cleanse. Mosh is available, keep in mind, so is Entomb. Hourglass isn't quite finding anyone. 8-Bit and Ace are a bit split from the rest of the team. We can see it's going to be Tom Jenna Bishop Mist standing on the objective. Oh, grenade finds Sofrenia, just slaps them in the butt. Which honestly is probably the one thing I don't want happening. And once again, we've walked into the bush with the Hourglasses. Game 1 Volskaya Foundry. Yeah. Fair comment idioms, but the teams are at least playing it properly. Oh, Ektar has been found. Tom Jen getting a little bit of W action. They do have Mosh back already, so it's not like they need the cooldown reduction of it. But just being a little bit of a pest, really. Camp now up. John Bunyan directly on top of it, but they're going to be a little bit cautious about starting so. Frenia backing up. Have a name. Nay? May. Now think about it. Yeah, see, Arthas is one of those ones I think is very situational. I'm just not good at the situations where he's good. Funnily enough, I just feel like I die every single time. We do now see turrets are being picked up by Pepegas. Nice. I do think this is actually a good plan by Pepegas. Just take your time, build up your item advantage, because what, this will be their 3rd turret compared to... Wait, I can do this button, can't I? Wait, this? But we can see that there's 1 turret, 1 heal beacon from the side of... Oh, 2 heal beacons from the side of ProBUs. And you can see they're just continuing to take their time. Tom Jen checks the bush, but... Very safe play. Very safe play. US maps pushing in right as Tom Jen rolls out. And now we may see one last fight and potentially a final fight. Potentially it is the final fight. They're looking to push in. I'm getting pinged by someone. There is the Comedy Odin being dropped. Root coming out onto 8-Bit. Rotation down. We do see a stun onto Raptor. Stun onto Raptor again. Ancestral a little bit too late. That's them going down. We do see it is going to be a bunker drop. 8-Bit is now going to be one in the middle of things. Ace Orval hitting them from afar. We're just seeing the turrets being dropped. There is US maps going to backline. Sofrenia pops the shield, but they go down. Jakey dropping out. We do see Tom Jen did blink directly on top of... Nope. There's a big red button finding a kill, but they did blink directly on top of Ektar and John Bunyan. So now it's just up to Bishop, Mist, and Jakey AZ to, well, stop the objective. But honestly, look at that health. There's not even like a line on that. That's 40. That's almost 50,000 health. That is going to survive. You don't even need to hit the building. Just go core, mate. There we go. Building's dead. Yeah, I think this may be all she wrote for this map. As we do now see, it is going to be that core very quickly falling to protect it. Just each one of those hits doing a good percent on it. It does push someone away for good measure. Do see Greyguy getting Hourglass, and that'll be it for map number 1. It is going to be the first map over to the side of ProBUs. ProBUs. I don't know why I said it so weirdly that time. I said it correct every other time. I need to... Okay, summary. Don't want to get to see what I'm doing. So, in terms of stats, it was a rough game before the side of Pepegas on ice. They did definitely try all bit. We can see Junkrat, 269k, Siege to 65k hero damage, but Leoric did take the 27k soak for Pepegas on ice as they were the offlaner, much like how we see Hogger has the most soak for the side of ProBUs with 27k of their own, but it is Tychus who has the most health, who has the most siege, and Chromie has the most hero damage for their team. Actually 90k, a good 25k clear of Bishop. Wait, yeah, 25k clear of Bishop. Yeah, 29-minute trig of is a lot. It's definitely a lot to say the least. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slap myself in here and see very much if it is going to be a more joining me at some point. We are going to be deciding the other map still, so I'm still going to show talents. Maybe more comes in, maybe she doesn't. I don't know. Into talents, everything kind of standard so far. I do like... Interesting, we don't see the queue following up. Get in here more. It's turning into a co-cast, apparently. As we do see, there is going to be a few talents picked up that maybe not quite as standard. Leoric definitely doesn't get as much value of consumed vitality as they normally would, because there is a lot of blow-up there. Maybe it's still Ossian is better, but that's enough of talents. I am now joined, and hopefully I've sound balance right, but I'm sure chat will tell me if I'm wrong. More, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing alright. In all honesty, I'm doing alright. How are you feeling last minute just joining in here?
I'm excited. I literally just got up from watching, there's a Netflix movie series called Mystery Murder, I think it is. It's an Adam Sandler series. They just came out with the second one. I just finished that. I was like, I'm gonna go on my computer. I was like, oh, Livebus is streaming? Let me go bother him.
Yeah, unfortunately for you, I like calling people's bluffs. Like, where's my invite? Join. Oh. I didn't expect this to happen all of a sudden. Help. I have a very good habit of calling people's bluffs, and they don't appreciate it sometimes.
My husband came upstairs, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I think I'm going to do a cast. And he's like, what? Like, right now? I'm like, yeah, after this match, I'm going to join Livebus. He's like, oh, okay.
Okay, then. Yo, when did GMC get... Iktar's confused, like, what? What's happening? I don't even want to explain it to Iktar as a thing. I just want Iktar to just be confused, so I'm going to leave it at that.
You know what? I saw I saw it was his team too, and I was like, oh yeah, him and Ace. I'm like, oh yeah, nah, I definitely have to just pop in here last minute. Give me the extra cast credit now.
I'm only gonna give you 0.5 of a cast credit. I'll just write gimme and leave them more off the report. Actually, I'd just be writing Grizz, wouldn't I? GRZ.
Yeah. That's GRZ. There you go. Ooh.
Livebus, how's the future, by the way? I'd be really like the 10th to be a good day. It's alright. It's been an alright Monday. I at least have a day off today.
You know what?
In New Zealand, both Easter Friday and Monday are off as public holidays, which is amazing to me.
Ooh. The military does that too. My husband had a 4-day, so he got Friday through Monday off just because of Easter.
I should really just say more as co-casting just so they don't get confused.
Yeah.
Let's just make that very known. Very known. I've done one too many O's, but we're going to ignore that.
There you go.
There we go.
I mean, Hector's the one who invited me, so he already knew.
Didn't even invite me, the bastard.
Yeah.
I had to let myself in.
Wow. And I was like, oh, I'm so now I'm really excited I joined in the second game. Who chose? And Pepegas chose the map.
I can't believe you were invited, but I wasn't. I had to join on my own like some pleb.
It's because Hector's VIP in my stream, so...
I don't think I have a single VIP in my stream.
I'll be a VIP.
No.
I deserve VIP now.
No. Why do you... You know what? Application. Why do you think you deserve VIP in my chat?
Because I hang out with you outside of NGS. We hang out together. I check in on you every so often. I'm a good friend. I even said Happy Easter to you this morning. Who else in NGS sent you personally a Happy Easter?
Okay, let's actually count this. 1, 2, 3,
what?
4,
damn,
5, 6.
People, wow, I'm left out. I didn't get a Happy Easter from no one.
Yeah, just get popular, dude. I don't know what else to tell you.
Dang.
I'm gonna say casters already. Just more, it's like, I'm out. I'm getting bullied already. Later. Well, Iktar, Iktar actually declined. I sent a friend invite to Iktar a while ago, and he declined it. Actually, I want to point out.
Ooh.
I want to point that out. Iktar has declined my friend invite before. So, someone isn't very good, are they, Iktar?
I mean, you can't start yelling at him. You're already yelling at him for not inviting you.
I can yell at people for multiple things. I'm very good at it, in fact. But we are going to be getting into the draft of Towers of Doom, so let's go off from flaming Ektar into actually the match, shall we?
We'll go from flaming Ektar to flaming the draft.
Oh, the draft was actually pretty good first time around. There's some banter I wasn't maybe quite expecting, but I looked at the team list after banter. And I went, no, that makes sense. More and more I look at it. Like for the team here, we saw a Nubarak and Maiev banned out first round, but I do know Ace is actually very good on the Maiev from what I've seen.
Yep, yeah, he is. I'm scared of his Maiev.
I just think anyone who is good at Maiev is someone that I'm just scared of. Because I don't like someone just appearing out of nowhere, tearing me, and I die.
Yeah, they appear out of nowhere, then they drag you in. You're just like, well, alright, this is the end.
Yeah, I've had a good life. As you just see, just everything being dropped on your head. But instead, they're going to be banning out Chromie this time, which is going to be a champ last. But I'm actually surprised they didn't ban it out first map, because I found great success playing Chromie on Volskaya, and this map is going to be even worse for it, because, well, you have objectives you're on channel. You don't want to get interrupted by that multiple times. But Nubarak's still getting banned, which means Maiev is available.
Ooh, Lucio banned. Of course, Lucio
was banned the first time as well,
Lucio. Yeah, it's funny because my team just scrimmed Pepegas, and we had a fight against who's gonna play Lucio, basically.
Oh no, speed run the Lucio, see who gets it first. That's where you just kind of like...
We'll Jake play it.
That's where at that point you just go like, handshake ban, no one gets to play Lucio.
Yeah, basically.
Also Maiev first, but second. But Junkrat is picked up by... Well, there was a swap before. Junkrat picked up by Sylph here. But I guess both Sylph and Bishop Mist played Junkrat then. I think I've seen Bishop Mist do it a little bit more. But either way, Junkrat is just a very annoying hero on this map. Because who doesn't love getting interrupted 20 million times while channeling an objective?
Yeah, true. They might do a swap later. We'll see. They might swap around. I know, like, on my team. See? Oh, and we got the son and father combo.
You were really about to call them brothers, weren't you?
Yeah. I'm
remotely
tired,
incorrect. Yeah, you did just get out of bed, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I just got off my couch from watching a movie.
Oh, sorry, couch, my bad.
It's really nice the size of a bed.
You know what? I could comfortably lie down on my couch as well. It's actually quite a long couch.
I have a sectional couch, and it's like in a C shape. But then I also have the ottoman that flips from a table to like a section of the couch.
Yeah.
So I had that pushed in, and it's massive. And I'm like, okay, nighttime.
And you just grab a blanket, you're like, I don't leave this spot now. This is mine.
I have a 10-foot by 10-foot blanket I made for my husband, and that's a.
Your husband's 10 feet tall, nice.
No, he's 6 feet, but we just wanted a massive blanket because I make blankets, and I had a 7-foot by 4-foot one that I use for my Jeep. It's my Kylo Ren one. And he's like, I love this, but I want it bigger, and so I made him a 10 by 10.
And just see, like,
I had
Jesus
to
Christ,
sew it
dude.
together and everything. It was the size of my kitchen. So.
Oh God, that's a big blanket. But I will note Leoric and Tychus were banned out. Interesting Tychus ban because Ace was the one playing it last time. I'm not sure about it this time around. But we do see Murid and Tassadar picked up. So
they might go Diablo here.
Good.
If they ban the Tychus. I don't think they are now. Wow.
Deathwing.
We got Deathwing and Dahaka.
Magewing, yes. Yes. No Twin Blade, even better.
Hey, whoa, all right. You complain about how I never played Twin Blade on my games, but then when we have a chance for
but I want
Blades,
other teams to actually win.
All right, let's see. My win rate of Twin Blades is unbeatable.
Maybe just mute more so she can't keep complaining. There we go. I can't hear more anymore. So we do see Ufa picked up last, but now unmute her and just hear some complaints.
He's a butt.
Yeah, there we go. I am indeed a butt. It is a known fact. But we do have a countdown here. How are you feeling about both these teams' draft so far? Well, for this game.
I like both drafts. They're both interesting. I mean, with the Uther last pick here for ProBUs, or sorry,
Wow, look at you already doing it wrong.
I do it on purpose. I think I like ProBUs's draft a little bit more. But I think Pepegas, they have a really good poke with the Deathwing and the Junkrat and the Anduin. So I think it's kind of up in the air for me.
I think the concern for ProBUs, in all honesty, is going to be the Deathwing being just inherently unstoppable. Their comp is very much, you tether someone, once it gets done, just Muradin hits him, Ufa hits him, they're dead. It's just as simple as that. That's how their comp wants to work. But you can't pull Deathwing. Anduin has their own kind of pull just in case. So they've got these safety kind of measures in place where it's not going to be as hard for them to die. But more. Introduce to us ProBUs, because apparently Ictar's on your friends list and he's on mine.
All right, in the right in red for ProBUs, we got Ace on the Maeve, Hector on the Uther, John Bunyan on the Tassadar, 8-Bit on the Muradin, and Shupuff on the Hogger.
And on the side of Pepegas on Ice, we do have Bishop Mist on that Deathwing, Tom Jin. I immediately forgot Varian's name, but it's Varian. Sylphenia is on that Junkrat, Raptor on the Dahaka, that Space Yoshi, and Jakey-Az is on Anduin, who is not holding their sword out, I want to note.
For now.
But no, they can't ever get it out again. Wait,
that's right. So you have to do
it has to be before the it has to be before the gates open.
Yep.
Oh, Ace has been found by Tom Jin as well. Does get the tether onto Jakey and Tom, but no, they can't get too much more. Nice fall by John Bunyan, by the way. But Jakey looks like it is going to be them going down.
Oh, it doesn't look like the father might go down here as well. He's super low. Tassadar gets some damage, and there we go. Hogger taking out the father and son combo. But Maeve died, yeah. 2 for 1. 2 for 1.
Good mitigating that kind of loss you had at the beginning. Raptor is going to go Soak. It looks like they are going to be going actually for more survivability. They have gone Tissue Regeneration 1. Varian actually going into the Q quest, so we'll be getting more slows as time goes along. Sylphenia being jumped on by 8-Bit. Ictar does hit the hammer. That's going to be Sylphenia. More than likely dead.
Oh. Yep. R.I.P. Junkrat.
Get dunked on, rubbish rodent.
Dang.
No, so rude.
I love playing Junkrat, man.
Junkrat is fun.
Last night they banned my Junkrat so often I didn't get to play him.
You also didn't play Buddy Nazebo, so I was very disappointed in you.
I was so upset. You don't understand. If you watch my POV stream, you literally will see me asking, or you can't hear me. Oh, that's right. I mute.
You mute during draft. I can't hear that. Also, Camp's being stolen. They know Varian doesn't have taunt yet.
Oh no, I showed it though. I purposely showed it on stream, me hovering Nazebo. I purposely showed it, and I was like, Nazebo, and they're like, no, do something else. And I was like, fine, I'll go Orthea.
Fair enough. Oh, Sylphenia does move back in time, so the wall doesn't hit her. We do see Tom Jin now starting to get aggressive. We're going to see that shield. I'm 99% sure we're going to get taunt. You never know. Sometimes a Smash variant comes out of nowhere.
Of course, it's taunt. R.I.P. Twin Blades.
Unironically, I would have not hated Varian going to Smash here.
I wouldn't either. I think it'd actually be kind of strong here.
Especially because Ictar is... Especially because Ictar is that armor.
Yeah.
On Uther, yeah. The more I think about it, the more I actually maybe that would have been a better choice.
It might have been. I mean, we'll see how this game is.
Nope.
This is Towers of Doom, though.
True.
So it's always a comeback map.
I'm just scared for Pepegas on Ice because I think when it comes to the later game, ProBUs is going to be a little bit scarier, but it very much depends how much poke they take. As Ictar is going that kind of solo heal build that I very much enjoy playing, it's still a bit rough for Uther to solo heal sometimes.
Yes. I mean, we do see Dahaka. He's grabbing the top left altar, and it looks like he's going to invade onto the Hogger. Hogger's just going to rotate down, so Dahaka's going to grab top 2, and Pepegas might be able to fight for this third altar. See if they can poke it out.
Hogger does get to the top in time. He threw the trash pile at him. I know it's called Loot Horde, but I just call it the trash pile.
It's okay. I call was a void black hole or the other way around?
Yeah, you call black hole void.
Yeah.
Jakey does sneak mid-objective, by the way. So we do see those are 4 more shots going, and this has been good so far. And now we can see Raptor going, you know what, we got mid, I don't care as much about top. Especially because, well, a whole team decided to run up there.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to die for this. I'm just going to back up and go back soaking. The one thing the offlaners know how to do is soak.
Dude, unironically on this map, I think I said this last time I casted this, I put on a podcast on playing this map when I'm in the off lane. Because it's just like a PvE adventure, you're just kind of laying back a bit, you just go between the 2 lanes, and you have a pretty good time.
True. I like playing Nazebo on this map and being the offlaner. I think it's fun like that. Especially if I go toads, because I just throw toads at the altar. And it's like, alright, I'll be back, guys. Throw toads, go soak, come back. That's nice.
Oh, Hammer finding Varian directly in the face. Maiev going in. Sylph gets pulled off. Concussion mine. There it is. They do get their own camp, but Sylphrenia is still in trouble. Anduin does pull them to safety. Ace does get taunted. We now see Hogger spinning into an awkward spot. Ace going into backline. There's a little bit too many resets for them, and they do get the kill. Eventually, Ace does get out somehow, or somehow being Warden. The buddy Warden teleport. 8-bit gets pulled in. This fight is continuing, though. But no, it looks like finally the disengage occurs.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, Pepegas, they were looking still to fight because all of ProBUs, they were low. They were super low, so I knew they wanted to fight, but that was a really good wall from the Taskar, stopping the Deathwing from stepping up and being able to do the Fire Breath on them. And now we're going to see objective come up again in 20 seconds while we have an invade bottom again. Not the son and father, not again!
They're living.
Alright, they live.
Tom Jim learns how to walk through a wall. Nice.
What I learned last night? I didn't know this. Orphea can Q, when she hits her Q and dashes, she can dash to the Tassadar wall.
Yeah, it's the same for her going through Entomb.
I don't remember if she can go through. It's been so long
She
since
can
I played
go
Orphea.
as long as it's not Silence Entomb. You can go for Entomb. Hogger is the same. They go straight through Tass wall. They don't bounce off it, and the same for Entomb.
I gotta try this out now
Because it's
been a while since I played Orphea.
It's not
like
actual
last time was like
terrain.
the first time in a while. It's not. Oh, true.
Also, Defin's been stalling this a while.
Yeah,
Tom
my
Jin.
the Junkrat.
No.
Oh,
No.
R.I.P.
Oh god. I'm just both of us just looking at him going, oh no.
Yeah, no.
Really early
now we
boss
have
call.
yeah, the boss here. There's the task wall, and it looks like Dehaka might jump in on this.
But dude, if Dehaka gets on, nah, it's too dangerous.
No.
All 5 are there.
Yeah, and they just got Pepegas. They just got their level 10s, and they don't have their variants, so definitely risky. I mean, Deathwing though is pushing in this bottom lane. They're coming up to go get him, but he is already out of there.
I was say, I don't think that hits the towers, and no, it doesn't. It's just outside the Cataclysm itself. But speaking of Cataclysm, what 10s do we have for Pepegas on ice?
We have shielded wall. Good job, Varian. Light bomb, burn beneath my shadow, isolation, and riptire.
And on the other side, we do have Divine Shield Archon. Interesting enough, not Void as someone likes to call it, but we do also see Avatar, Containment Disc, and Hortapult. One of my ex-teammates on the team I used to play for refuses to pick Shield Wall.
There's a lot of taunt variants who refuse to pick shield wall. I'm like, dude, you don't understand how good it is, especially when you're taunt. I think shield wall is so much better when you're taunt variant.
Oh.
I think the other one, Warbringer, would be probably good for Colossal, but I think it just also depends on the enemy team you're going against.
Yeah. But he was like choosing, he wasn't choosing shield wall, and this is like including into a temporal loop Chromie, who will just blow you up.
Yeah.
And we're like, so also Sylphrenia looks to be in a little bit of trouble. 8-bit on top of him, does get with stun, does get with a lightning from John Bunyan, but does push him out of safety. Ace, they don't actually hit Ace, they miss with their Q. That's so unfortunate to see. We do see Tom Jin getting pulled. There is the containment disc. That's likely a dead Varian. I don't know what Jakey can do to get them out. Light bomb actually is a very good one. Nice vault by Maiev. Oh, Jakey's trying so hard to keep Tom Jin alive. Oh my god.
He's living so far. He created space.
You know what? He would have died like 10 seconds sooner if it wasn't shield wall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that out there.
That is very true.
I'm gonna go out and set.
Where do you go for his level 7? Oh yeah, second wind. Second wind's really good too. Yeah, second wind or the other one. I can't remember what the other healing one is
the
called.
Q one?
Both of them are really good.
I can't remember what the Q one.
No.
Oh.
It's same healing. Alright, I'll look it up. Give me a second.
I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, he's dead. Anduin died. This building is just getting melted. Oh, so Frenia backing up. They're not wanting to be hit in the bulldozer that is currently ProBUs. They are going to be rotating up safely. We do see Ace is going to start looking aggressive still. Cap up in 30 seconds. They know they have a chance to invade that. Ektar, meanwhile, receiving mana, just going, you know what, I need that resource. And bottom left is now fully over for ProBUs. So Pepegas on ice are very much needing to find something here to come back, because they need to win at least one map this series to still stay in playoff contention. I was told by them earlier in the when I was doing coin flips, so they do need this.
Ooh. Nope, and now we have altars up. I'll talk about the Varian talent I was talking about
Varian
later.
once again phases through a wall. Definitely flies up. Testadar's going to get stalled by Deathwing for like 10 years.
Yep. So Hogger's gonna get the camp while Tassadar gets stalled out. We'll see. I don't know what if Pepegas is actually gonna get this, or if
you would see Ufa has been moved back now to also channel it. So they're gonna have to give it, but they've already taken half the structure. They can clear camps out pretty effectively. The only thing to note is that ProBUs is still actually getting soaked during this whole period. If Raptor burrows now, never mind. So if Raptor burrows, they can dodge the containment disc, like actual activation, but nope. But it is going to need to be Raptor leaving soon, because we can see there is now a 2-level advantage, and ProBUs already has their 16s, so they have built that up slowly and surely, and this is where their comp really gets scary, because I think I've said when I play Ufa, essentially, I do not lose post-6, like, you don't lose as Ufa post-16. Benediction's just such a strong ability.
Yep. Oh, and abilities, so he has the Q ability that he can choose, Lionheart, but not that one. It's the Victory Rush. Every 30 seconds variance, next basic attack, heal him for 350.
I like Victory Rush for Taunt. Also, that was a very good kill onto Hogger there. Did have to use Light Bomb for it, but it is still a kill at the end of the day.
Oh, Burden. Oh, missed stun because of the containment disc, but Junkrat, he maybe live. Bomb?
Oh, Tevra was a little bit early. They're trying their hardest to keep her alive, and unfortunately that is going to be Junkrat going down. Yeah,
Victory Rush is great for taunt. I love Victory Rush for taunt, but second one works fine too.
I also just don't play taunt Varian very often. If I play Varian, I'm going Smash, where you're going to have to bloody take Varian from my cold dead hands. Also, Darker just absolutely got melted top.
Yeah. You know what I'm curious about is Varian went Mortal Strike instead of a Shield Breaker. Or it's not Shield Breaker, Shattering Throw. I don't know why I call it Shield Breaker. Which I like normally, but with the Uther giving out shields and whatnot, I think it might have been better to go Shattering Throw.
No, Shattering Throw is... Well, Uther gives out armor, not shield.
Oh, armor. Okay, I'm stupid.
That's a very weird... I know it's a weird distinction between the two. Also, Bishop Miss has to use Cataclysm to get out to safety. But we do see everyone else is top for Pepegas and Ice, so they may consider invading here. But the longer they're taking to do this, unfortunately, the window has closed. Everyone is up here now, and they're going to have to now find a way to push on to Ace. It is an even 16 fight at least, and we can see that Mirrodin is caught out. There's a stun onto them. Ektar, meanwhile, is just going to be channeling, has faith in their tank. Deathwing is stalling behind, but we can see now pushing in. That is going to be a good enough team fight. ProBUs essentially had that team fight 3v5 and were able to wall out Pepegas and Ice and actually get the objective. Oh, containment disc finds Tahaka.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Tahaka's probably going to die here.
Yep. Stunned one. Oh! Oh, nope. Mirrodin doesn't jump. Raptor gets the tongue. Oh! I had so much faith. I had just like, oh my god, he may actually make it. No. 8-bit did find the stun. That Skullcracker can do a lot of work. You can see now they're just going to be knocking over top. Ooh. Meanwhile, bottom, it is going to be Pepegas and I stealing both bottom camps all the while top is occurring. And they're going to want to look to grab that bottom tower, I imagine. Which, again, we see they're slowly closing down. They need to step onto it. They actually, I would like to see them guide these sappers in, but instead they've rotated up for a team fight above it.
Let's see if this team fight's going to work for them. I mean, they keep aiming for the Murden, which I feel like is the worst thing you could really do. You never really want to aim for the tank. You want to try to get on, you know, the DPS or the healer, really. But they're always constantly fighting the Murder, which sometimes it might just have to be the case because he's just right there and there's nothing you can really do about it. So it's kind of a little rough for them. I
also want to mention, after they stole both his camps, it didn't get anywhere. Tassadar and Hogger both just protected it.
And now ProBUs, they're looking to take the bottom as well.
They being Pepegas need to keep this one. I'm saying that at this point it doesn't matter too much because 6 shots compared to 5 shots when you have 7 health left. 4 health left is not a major. Nice vault there by me, by the way. Well, 1 health at this time of the game is not quite as important when just 1 camp will finish you off anyway.
I mean, they have to stop. They have to get one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can get
one. If they don't get one of these, I don't think they are.
Nope.
Yeah, they're not going to give it. They're going to fight because they're level 20s. This is an easy fight for ProBUs. They're level 20s. I mean, look at Junkrat already super low, and the whole team is split up, and I think this might be it here. Varian getting really low here. There's the Junkrat. Oh, there's Callus, and Varian is going to go down. We have Tassadar and Maev on the Deathwing pushing him up. And I think this might be it. I mean, if Pepegas could stall it for long enough, great. But, I mean, Tassadar's already trying to channel it. And there goes the Deathwing.
Down. Yep, that's all she wrote. One last stand under their tower, but we can see the core shots coming in. And those 5 shots will be the end of a run for Pepegas and Ice. ProBUs does take the series 2-0.
Wow.
Dang.
I won 3 games, so I could have been here for 2 of them.
Look, if it was going to be a free map series, I was going to see if I could pick up another caster along the way and just slowly grab more and more. Just imagine how chaotic that would be in a best of 5, starting with 1 and ending up with 5 casters in a single lobby.
That would be fun.
That would be
giving
horrifying.
Me ideas now.
I've had this idea for a while as well.
I think we should do this now. I think we should start. There's a Storm game on Wednesday. No,
I'm working.
I have a game, so.
How dare you?
I know.
Anyway, in terms of stats, we do see Bishop Mist and Hogger having the highest amount of siege for both teams, 100k to 155k respectively, 21k soak from Hogger compared to Dahaka's 14. Hogger also had the most hero damage, 57. Oh my god, Hogger, just calm down on the stats, mate. Why don't you?
Right.
57k of a Hogger damage compared to 40k Deathwing. Healing, 35k, and it would actually Ufa had an easier time of 41k, but the armor definitely meant that their team was up a little bit longer to live. And with just how quick people were dying, Anduin doesn't necessarily do well in those situations. Anything stand out in terms of talent for you? Oh, unless you have something else first?
Ace and Shoepuff, they are inters. They died compared to the rest of the team, so they must be reported now.
I'm down. For
yeah, alright, cool.
Yeah. Talents, anything stand out to you?
No, everything seems pretty standard from what I've seen. So Junkrat standard, Varian, Anduin. I think everyone's pretty standard.
No Uther cleans?
I don't play Uther though. That's a you thing.
That is a me thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, also very interesting, they did choose Bulwark of Light as well, the AoE D shield. Very often you see Redemption, but I guess Ektar wasn't really dying, so not really much point in choosing a talent that you're not using so far. But yeah, everything kind of makes sense. I should ping Buddy. I should just straight up ping Ektar, but I'm just gonna do the team.
Hector and Ace.
Oh,
Hector and Ace.
The problem children.
I love last time I got to when they won and I casted them. They did such a good job in the winner interview.
I'm moving you. Carry on.
I have been moved.
It's easier. Oh, we have 8-bit though. 8-bit, how are you feeling at the end of that series?
Oh, fabulous. Thank you for asking.
I need to turn you up. Right.
I'm glad it's you and not Hector and Ace.
I won't tell them you said that.
Oh, look, I've already just smack talked them live on stream. They know what I'm about.
We both did.
What are you, Ektar, going, oh, I never got a friend request from Lime. And then I'm like, I did send a friend request a while back. You just never accepted it. You declined it. I'm feeling very hurt by Ektar today.
You. I'm telling you, you gotta make him VIP. That's how you get him to like you.
I'm not going to do that one. You can add me to his friends list first. Anyway, it was a good series from both teams. We didn't have more for the first one, which I think more was may have been a little bit happy about, because it was a 30-minute Volskaya game. How are you guys feeling by the end of that absolute slog of a game?
Well, I don't know. I feel fine. I sort of enjoy Volskaya as a map. I know a lot of the player base despises it because the pushing mechanic for the objective is effectively a nerf. But overall, I just sort of enjoy the way the map plays out, the flow of it. I enjoy the smaller set, the emphasis a little bit stronger on team fighting. You know, it's just it's a fun map. It doesn't bother me that it goes 30 minutes.
Were you a bit concerned about picking Blaze into ETC, as it can be considered one of those matchups? It's a little bit more difficult for Blaze because ETC, if you charge each other, ETC gets a stun, and their W can just push you out of stun.
Yes, I was, and yes, it was a challenging matchup. You know, the ETC was played very well and denied a number of my engages, particularly early on. So it took a little bit of an adjustment, and just simply relying on the other engage tools on the team to set up for me. At which point the follow-up would land fairly regularly, and then I felt it became very effective.
As a spectator specifically of that first one more, would you have any questions that you came out of it?
Nothing, because I didn't catch the first half of it. I caught the mid to half. I was watching my movie.
I feel
know
like the first half was pretty much just more of the same. Lots of slow posturing followed by short rapid team fights, and then back to some more slow posturing. So
pretty much.
Yeah.
I guess my question would be, if you were able to change your draft, what would you change if you could, or would you not change it?
Oh boy. Well, it was the draft in general was a little bit of a scramble because, of course, our sub was in for game one. Puff was celebrating Easter just a little bit too hard. Overall, I think the draft was fairly well. The ETC was perhaps not, or the Blaze was not an optimum pick where he came into play, but I think he served his purpose well enough. So I think that's kind of how I would describe the entire draft, is that it wasn't necessarily a great draft; it was a good enough draft.
Okay.
But overall, I felt the comp had relatively decent answers to their engages, and it was functional. Yeah, in a better world, I'd probably end up with like a Joe or something that plays a little bit better into an ETC. But the Blaze was a late pick, and Joe was off the map, so it just wasn't sort of an option.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. I really don't have too much more to say kind of about map number one. Map number 2, Towers of Doom. You guys had first pick, correct?
We did not. We were second pick.
Oh, you're second pick. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, Pepegas.
I can't remember anything today.
You can't read your own stream. It says blue picked.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I wasn't looking at my stream.
You didn't click the winner.
I realized that as well. I realized two things at the exact same time.
It's...
And then I clicked Pepegas as the map winner, and then I switched it around, so that doesn't help. Whoops. Anyway. Ufa. I do like Ufa.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Is Ufa very much your sort of variant, let's just do this to protect from all the burst, or kind of what was the general idea?
Uther's a fabulous hero for just kind of running at them, right? The follow up CC is phenomenal. The burst protection is phenomenal for your heroes that are going into the back line. Um, the it and being in somewhat of a chaotic damage sort of setup like they had where they're cooldown based, the protect becomes really effective as well, along with the armor. So it just synergizes. It more was about synergizing really great with what we had on the table.
Right on. And do you just like running the Ufa when you do have something like Maeve?
It's not bad. I mean, I think there's multiple options there, and I think they came back at us with what was a pretty effective 4-5 selection. Um, but at that point we were sort of committed to running at them, and when you're committed to running at them, it just kind of didn't make sense to split our draft with a more backline focused healer.
Right on. Well, more. Throw you some questions.
Yeah, so since Pepegas, they took you guys to Towers of Doom. How excited were you for Towers of Doom Game 2?
We took them to Towers of Doom.
You took them.
Yes.
After it says Pepegas took them to Towers of Doom.
Was I lied to at some point?
So someone somewhere in this lobby is lying to someone, but I'm sure of who.
It says Game 1. So
who.
did you pick Game 1, or did you have first pick or map pick for Game 1?
We were map pick on both selections.
It
Both
was.
selections.
You're right. I just had more go. Oh, Veta picked map. Oh my. Figures we can go back and see because I'm pretty sure Moore did tell me that it was something.
Yeah, because it said Team 1. I don't remember. Anyways.
Team 1 had first pen. I don't know what you're on about, mate.
I don't know.
Oh, how the turntables.
So why Towers of Doom?
I'll completely level with you. We kind of just wanted to see how they would respond to it. It's been a popular band for them. They haven't played it all season, and it's a fine map for us. We're fairly comfortable with the rotations and the meta. So that was the logic behind it, kind of start to finish.
Oh, I thought it was because I joined and Hector was like, Moore's here. We gotta play Towers of Doom Game 2.
I like Towers of Doom Game 2. What the hell is this?
But I'm the one who really promotes it. Come on.
Look, I'm just happy we didn't have Infernal, man.
True.
Infernal is sort of a funny story for me. I played many seasons with someone that so passionately hated Infernal. He insisted on banning it every game, every time, no matter what. So I've gone so long without playing Infernal Shrines that I almost sort of pine for the map. It's yeah, I know. Everyone else is saturated with Infernal Shrines, and I'm the guy who's just never even touched the thing. Every time I see it, it's novel and exciting.
Huh.
I mean, I don't hate it. I like playing on Infernal Shrines because then I get to play Nazebo without
I feel like
people
it should
complaining.
specify. I do like playing Infernal Shrines. I've just
Don't like
cast
casting
it so much, but it was like, it's
yeah.
this again. Cool.
It very much so. I think it's the most standard map in the pool, right? So
It is the most played map, yes.
Yeah, and I think it's the most played because it is the most standard. It is, rotations are important, but it centralizes around an objective that is powerful enough that it deserves to be fought over. So it lends itself to the more straightforward gameplay as opposed to something weird or different or abnormal compared to what a lot of the other maps sort of leverage. That's my take on why I feel that Infernal Shrines is so popular.
Fair enough.
I can see that.
I can see it. Not happy about seeing it, but I can see it.
I'm very
I do
sorry.
have another question.
Oh, keep going. I'm horrible at questions.
If you had to go into game number 3 and you had to choose the map, what map would you choose for game number 3?
Probably Infernal Shrines.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God we didn't get there.
All right, well, I'm good with questions.
Yeah, I'm just having a think about how that map went. Were you actually? The team of Pepegas and Ice did get quite aggressive early on, well, after level 4, but they did actually start getting quite aggressive, especially around the first objective and going through to the next few. Were you expecting that aggression coming out top from them as well, or?
The heavy rotation top on the first objective.
Just in general,
It
they
was,
were getting pretty heavy rotations to your off lane and just trying to be places you don't expect teams to be.
a little bit, but I did feel sort of generally our vision game was good enough that we weren't very surprised. I think maybe Puff 8 won like 4-man gank or something along those lines, which, is going to happen when there's 4 people running you down. But throughout most of the rotations and most of the game, I felt like we had enough vision and enough general map awareness on where we felt they were that, we didn't feel caught out very often. And I think that was reflected in the death counters towards the end of the game.
Right on. Thank you so much for joining us. Just in general, do you have any kind of last closing comments or any thanks? The floor is yours.
Huge shout out to the team, Puff Tard, Ace, and Ektar for coming out and playing a great match. Huge shout out to NGS for putting together this great space for all of us to play. Shout out to you, the casters, who give us such wonderful viewing entertainment this evening. Big shout out to the Easter Bunny for letting us play on his day. And shout out to my lovely wife and now 2 kids who get to sleep through all of this stuff, and hopefully we'll never find out what a nerd their dad is.
Maybe one day.
They'll probably figure it out.
Yeah, but no worries. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you and your dearest team have a very good evening.
Thank you. Have a lovely night.
Night.
Night. Do I have to drag more? We'll find out soon enough if Moore's figured out where I've gone. Yeah, Moore figured out where I went.
I'm here.
Right.
I was tab.
It looks like I just see respect for maps, and I just realized that's because I think 8-Bit forgot to mention US maps.
Ripperoni pepperoni.
You're literally forgetting someone who played game 1.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal. Anyway, Thank you so much for joining me on a very impromptu scheduling, considering you joined for just map number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, how are you feeling at the end of it all?
Excited. Let's go to game number 3.
No. Anyway, Moore, where can people find you? Because you are also a caster. What else do you do? And where are you found?
You can find me on every social media: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Snapchat. Give me more cosplay. I type in the chat. I'll put my favorite emote in the chat. I do a lot of streaming. I do a lot of Instagram, mainly Instagram. That's really all I do right now is Instagram and Twitch. But yeah, that's me.
It's always pleasure having you here. So that is going to be it for me as well. I'm actually quite tired. I've got to do a bit of cleaning and cooking soon, so that's fun. But I've been your host, V-Line Bus, and to everyone in chat, I hope you have a good rest of your Easter, I suppose, or if you're like me on the next day, have fun going to work tomorrow. But that will be it for us for now. So everyone, I hope you have a good time. Take care all. Bye.
Bye, chat.